Hey everybody, I'm Ryan and you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video I'm going to recap my experience, my cheers and my jeers, my ups and my downs, my recommendations and my warnings with these Harley Benton guitars that I have here. I've got the Fusion, the MS60, and the TE90. Whoop, it's getting away from me a little bit. Anyways, I've had the two on the left here, the Fusion and the MS60, for 7 or 8 months, and the TE90 for a couple months. Plenty of time to get used to them, to figure out their ins and outs, to figure out their cheers and their jeers, and that's what I'm going to get into here today. Let's start out with the MS60, which is clearly an offsetty Mustang, like duosonic, with the Jazzmaster Jaguar offset tremolo sort of thing going on here. Got single coils in it at 2 different angles against the strings. That's the kind of quirky stuff that I love. I'm gonna have to tune this really quick. All right, close enough. So the MS60, I've got some good things to say about this and I've got some bad things to say about this. But before I get into that, just keep in mind, this is a $115 guitar. Last time I checked anyways. I mean, prices vary based on, you know, global currencies and stuff like that. I still can't believe how much guitar you get for 115 bucks these days. This is ridiculous. A lot of times people online talk about Harley Benton guitars in a way that makes everyone else think like, yeah, there's no way. It makes them sound like, you know, like you're cheating the system and you're getting way more guitar than you could possibly be getting for the money. At 115 bucks, you're at the line between guitars that are non-functional and guitars that are barely functional for the most part. This is a guitar that is, with a little bit of work, is giggable. It does need some help though, but where it doesn't need help is in the important parts, which makes it such a great modding platform for a lot of people. The neck is just wonderful on this. It's very comfortable. It has this thick, like vintage baseball bat sort of thing going on. It's very like a wide feeling neck. I haven't measured it or compared it to other guitars, but it feels like it's got this width thing happening. Really flat radius. I think they're like 13 3/4 or a 14-inch radius on these. So it makes it a really nice, fast, modern player. Fast action across the fretboard. I haven't found any dead spots on this thing. Let's get into the jeers now. The issues with this guitar, the tuners are cheap. When you're turning them left and right, you can find a dead spot in between. It hasn't kept me from tuning this guitar relatively quickly. It's just one of those things where when you're tuning it, you can tell that that is, you know, a cheap little bit of hardware there. There are obviously going to be issues with tuning stability while using the tremolo with this guitar. I need to get in there and get some graphite into the bridge saddles because the strings tend to kind of bite and get stuck on the saddles and they don't return to their tuning when I'm abusing that trem bar, which you know I do. I love abusing tremolo. So anyways, I mean, those are expected things. Those are not big deals. The biggest deal for me with this guitar is that I haven't been able to get this to sit in a mix very well with the bridge pickup. The neck pickup sounds fine. I mean, it's, you know, it's warm and dark and, you know, all the adjectives and whatever. But the bridge pickup is just too far into this direction of like a Dan Electro, like brittle lipstick sort of sound. It doesn't work with my band that I'm in my surf rock band. I tried to use this in practice and I had to ditch it and grab my Jazzmaster or my Sweeptwing back there. I haven't really found a use for it in my church playing either. I'll play around with it a little bit now so you can hear what I'm talking about. That is the bridge pickup. Here is the neck. They're both pretty quacky and bright and thin in like a garage rocky sort of way. It might be perfect for someone else. I just can't get it to work for me. Pretty low output too. Here it is with a little bit of drive from the Palisade. So I'm looking to do some mods to this guitar in the near future. I want to put a new pickup in the bridge at least. I want to cut a pick guard that is more my style, meaning it'll look bad and weird. I might, paint things on the guitar, have some fun with it. The point is, I'm keeping this thing because it's, as far as the neck is concerned, and the action is concerned, and the resonance and the feel against my body, it's a fun guitar. It's a really enjoyable guitar to play. I just can't seem to get the sound to work in my mix. But let's do something surfy here, and then I'll move on to the next guitar. Yep, now we're out of tune. Moving on to the Fusion. This is clearly your heavy metal, aggressive double tapping, like liquid lightning guitar here with a real Floyd Rose on it. It took me a while to accept and believe that there's a real Floyd Rose on here, but there's a legit real deal Floyd Rose on here. It's not licensed. It's the, I think the Model 1000 Floyd Rose. And it is a rock solid, beautiful piece of bridge right there. I'm still impressed that this guitar came with it. For, I think $325, $350 these guitars go for. Yeah, really impressed. The pickups sound great in this. Really comfortable, fast, flat neck here. The frets are really decent. You can feel them on the edges, but they're not sharp or anything. There's just like a tactile response. I like everything about this guitar except for one thing, and it's purely cosmetic. It's the finish. I don't like this flat, like quilted veneer. It doesn't have any depth to it. There's no like quilty shimmer to it at all. It might as well be a photo flame. I know it isn't, but it's just so super flat. And this color it looks like bad acid wash jeans from the 80s is really what it is. I've played around with the thought of, attacking this with a heat gun and stripping it down to bare wood to see what's underneath there. I don't know if I want to get into a refinishing project with this guitar right now, but I know that if I hit it with a heat gun, my experience with the veneers in the past is that it's just going to pop right off, and it'll be a really easy job to strip this. But then, depending on what I want to do to refinish it, could be a completely different experience. It could take a long time. So yeah, I could recommend this guitar to someone looking for a budget, kind of like modern rock guitar with a dive bomby Floyd there. I feel like for the price point, it's priced correctly. But this is not a guitar where you're cheating the system and you're getting more than you paid for, or like you can't compare. I wouldn't compare this guitar to like $1,000 Charvel or something like that. But like, oh, it's the same thing. I'd be like, yeah, this is a $350 guitar you could compare to a $350 to like $425 Ibanez. I mean, you're getting the really nice hardware here, the real Floyd Rose, but I feel like that's just the reality of this guitar. It's a great playing guitar. They've just priced it completely correctly for what it is. Oh, I should play with it a little bit. How about that? I keep retaking this. A little inside baseball here. I keep retaking this because I forget to play the guitars. All right, here is the dry sound. Here it is with a little drive on the bridge pickup. One thing about this guitar is that it's a secret strummer. Sometimes I find guitars that are secret shredders. This guitar likes to be a rhythm guitar. Like whenever I pick it up, that's the first thing I go for is some sort of big strum pattern. Obviously it can do like the lead deedly stuff. Let's turn on the Rev G4 here. I'm not a shredder. I don't pretend to be. Sometimes I, make some fun little squealy noises though. So yeah, Well-balanced guitar, worth the money they charge for it. You have to decide if you like the aesthetics or not. Following up, we've got the TE90 here. And this is a guitar, if there ever was a Harley Benton I've messed around with, and I got to try pretty much all of them when I went to Thoman for their Gearhead University event. If there ever was a Harley Benton that felt like cheating the system, that felt like getting way more than what you paid for, I think this is it. This is an $180 guitar. $180 guitar. I feel baffled when I say that. And I'm not trying to say that this is a guitar that'll outshine, you know, like a $900, $1,200, you know, like US Mexican Fender or something like that. The build quality of this guitar is very comparable to the Squier Contemporary I have hanging behind me, which is a $325 guitar, I think, or $350. I can't remember what I paid. But anyways, it's there. It hits that price point. It hits that level of like playability and quality at $180. It looks really cool. I love the look of it. I love this translucent finish. Some people don't like that, but I do. The hardware on it is fine. I mean, the saddles here are kind of like the cheaper looking saddle, but they're fine. There's no reason to swap those out. The tuners are a little bit cheap, nowhere near as cheap feeling as the MS-60. Totally fine tuners. I'd, you know, be wishing like an unnecessary project on myself to go in there and change those out. Light and resonant and comfortable, fun to play, sounds great. I'm really surprised that I've bonded with these pickups so much. I don't have any other like Filtertron style pickups in any guitars, and now I'm wondering if that's a mistake, because this guitar surprises me every time that it travels so well between like the retro rock, like surfy kind of stuff that I like to do, and modern rock, like high gain, you know, like mid crunch sorts of sounds, like driving into heavy delays and reverbs and stuff like that. This is the Harley Benton for me, apparently, that I didn't know that I needed in my life. The only thing I don't like about this guitar is the reverse headstock. I just don't like reverse headstocks. I get lost down here. I'm like, oh, where's the D string? I've lost it. I'm tuning the wrong string now. But that's fully like personal preference. Lots of people love reverse headstocks for some reason. People are lunatics. I don't know why. But anyways, this is the Harley Benton where I can just flat out recommend it to anyone. Be like, this is going to be a great guitar. It's going to sound great. It's going to feel great. It's going to play great. It looks great too. And it has just this like Harley Benton personality to it. Like, I know it looks like a Cabronita, but it doesn't feel like a Fender. It doesn't feel like a Fender branded guitar. It feels like it has its own soul to it, which I really kind of appreciate. So anyways, I'll play through some pickups on here and then we'll get out of here. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. You know the whole drill. Support us on Patreon. We use that money to fund travel and, you know, gear and production costs and stuff like that. Oh, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.